Motivational speakers are known for the mastery of their audiences. If you have what it takes to inspire people, chances are that you can make a lucrative career out of that skill. But it's not that simple, and it takes years of experience to make a name for yourself. In this video, we'll take a look at how motivational speakers really make their money, and if it really is as easy as it looks. Up first, motivational speakers mainly speak at conference presentations as keynote speakers. In a professional environment, it can get hard to always expect productivity or efficiency from a group of people. And if you've ever attended a 3-hour-long conference, then you know that sometimes snacks and tea as an incentive doesn't really compensate for the snooze fests these long conventions can be, which is why organizers often invite reputable motivational speakers to deliver their wisdom at their events in order to capture the attention of their audience so that they have something to look forward to and get inspired by. These speakers are known for their optimism and good oratory skills, which is why one can even consider them professional smooth talkers. A typical fee for their attendance can range from $500 to $20,000 depending on how much experience they have. A rookie speaker who's just starting out may get offered somewhere between $500 to $2,500, but those with several self-help books under their belt may take home a staggering amount of $10,000 to $20,000, making it one hell of a payday. That sounds like a lot of money for someone whose sole job is to impact people's lives, but you do get bang for one's buck because these guys really do know what they're talking about. Next, most speakers also have a personal platform through which they earn. Social media is a blessing, a curse too if you abuse it, but mostly it's been pretty beneficial when it comes to how versatile it is. Not only does it keep you connected, but now it's opened many ways for people to earn money. And the best example of this is YouTube. YouTube started off as a video sharing website by 3 friends who just wanted to post a video for the world to see, and now it has grown and commercialized into something that most people depend on for a livelihood. Hence, it's a pretty great platform for motivational speakers to kickstart their careers and gather an audience that will listen to them. An accomplished example that we can think of is Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty is an award-winning storyteller who started to share his life lessons through captivating videos on Facebook and YouTube, and is now a proficient speaker who's known and respected throughout the world. Jay took a personal platform and turned it into something that now not only gives him a sense of purpose, but it serves as a way for him to make his work lucrative, and we're glad social media has enabled him to do so. However, these networks aren't the only thing making them any money. Of course, making money isn't exactly a walk in the park. You need a certain skill that you can market, and you need to be sure that yours is unique enough to be wanted. This is why a career as a motivational speaker can be a pretty big risk. Motivation isn't just birthed on a stage by men in fancy suits. It exists everywhere. From locker room talks to late-night conversations with your best friends, motivation exists everywhere where there is encouragement. But what makes these speakers so different that they're able to present their skills to the world and achieve monetary benefits from it? Well, motivational speakers do more than just share uplifting talks. They educate audiences and relay inspiration in a manner that sounds so convincing that you can't help but feel as if your soul has been touched. And for that to happen, they need to start their journey and advertise their storytelling skills to audiences for free. These trial talks can be addressed to local organizations or charities, and they ultimately help them gain clients and their testimonials that become the backbone of their careers. Remember guys, referrals are important, especially when you're starting out. And just like knowing your skill, you need to know your audience too. One of the harshest realities of life as a motivational speaker is that not everyone will listen to you. Some people will crown them as their heroes, while others will probably call them a fraud and move on. It all really depends on an individual's personal preference, but these speakers always have a say in how they impact lives. Their message to their audiences is tailored to have universal appeal, and sometimes it'll gain them fans, and oftentimes mockery too. But the goal of these speakers is to have people listen to them, and even if there's noise from the haters, at least they listened first, right? For them to be in demand as the #1 choice, motivational speakers need to constantly bring forth metaphors that have never been used before. It's creatively exhausting, but it's also necessary to engage their audience. No one wants to hear the same repetitive, boring things over and over again. And if these speakers truly know what their target audience appreciates, then they'll know the anecdotes they'll like, or the kind of humor they prefer. After all, they extend their wisdom to a group of people expecting them to like it, and the feedback is what drives motivational speakers to hone their craft in such a way that people keep coming back for more. For a good business to run smoothly, customer feedback is incredibly important. It helps put things into perspective, and the same thing applies to prolific speakers too. Their growth depends on their audience's criticism, and so they need to know them like the back of their hand. Also, another way these guys earn is through self-help books. There's a pretty big following of people who indulge themselves in self-help books. From famous people to the ordinary guy, most shelves in their homes will have a copy of a self-help book that was purchased out of sheer enthusiasm to get their life in order, because these books serve as testaments to them to improve their lives and lead better ones. And keeping this demand in mind, motivational speakers often write a book on something similar to what they talk about. Since their content is mostly framed around helping oneself or shaping one's life with discipline, it's easy for their work to achieve traction traction amongst book readers. And that is exactly how they hit two birds with one stone. Motivational speakers not only appeal to audiences that prefer an auditory experience, but also to bookworms who might not like the theatrics that come with stage presence. Even if they have clear intentions, they cannot shy away from the fact that their extempore speaking is a business of sorts. And for a business to stay afloat, it has to capitalize on marketable skills. For these people, it's their eloquence and charm. And what better way than to condense it in book form and make money out of it? Sounds like a pretty sweet deal, don't you think? And lastly, these speakers often earn by being ambassadors for reputable brands. We know the corporate world is overflowing with money, and motivational speakers need money to stay afloat if they have this career as a day job. But sometimes, their experiences are not so bad. As we mentioned earlier, it's all about marketing your skill as a speaker to the right audience. You have to sell your worth, and certain brand managers look for exactly that kind of talent when it comes to marketing a product. They need endorsements from people the public trusts, and what better people than the ones motivating said public in the first place? Motivational speakers have a natural talent for gaining the trust of their audience. In fact, anyone who is confident, honest, firm, and pure-hearted in their intentions in front of a crowd gets praise for being one of the good ones. And clearly, the world lacks any speck of good these days, so these guys have a lot going on for them. Brands often reach out to these people as a way to humanize their image. They need someone from the public to be their ally, and motivational speakers fit the part perfectly. Often, giant organizations look for creative speakers who can take on the role of convincing primary storytellers of their product. And an example of such people is Miri Rodriguez, who is a storyteller for Microsoft. Miri curates inspirational tales for the tech giant's IT showcase and develops content for their latest technology and products. And since people have seen Miri's journey as an aspiring speaker and mindfulness advocate, it has been a genius move on the company's part to keep Miri as the face of the brand. Motivational speakers have a lot more than just their words and voice as a way to earn. They have their stories and their ideas that help them prosper, and most of all, they have their luck. That's a wrap for this video, everyone. What do you think about motivational speakers? Can you think of more ways for them to earn money? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. Until then, see you in the next one.